Hey, this is Carrie with a quick little honest video review of the Earpanda wireless TV headphones, which I have right here. And again, this is completely honest, so it's based on my personal testing experience, and here's what I think. So the Earpanda headphones are a really good idea. I was looking forward to them because if they worked for me, I was gonna give them to my dad, who has a hard time hearing the TV and always turns it up way louder than my mom would like it. It's specifically purposed for seniors and those who are hard of hearing, but you could also use it if you just wanted to like watch TV quietly while someone else was in the room without turning it up too loud. You could use it for something like that. The good idea about this is that there's no delay in the sound, which is true, and you don't have to use Bluetooth pairing or anything like that. So theoretically, it's a little bit easier to set up. You're just gonna plug it in and then it works. However, I found that it was not user-friendly and I had a very frustrating time getting it to work. And when I did finally get it to work, it didn't really work the way that I had expected. So first of all, you receive a lot of cords in the bag, which I think is good because theoretically you need whatever cord fits your TV, but only one of them did. So I went through like 4 other cords trying to figure out what did work. And the power cord even didn't really fit into the back of this. I accidentally plugged it into the audio first because the DC, it doesn't actually fit all the way in. It fit better in the audio and I was very confused by that. So first of all, I thought I had it plugged in and it wasn't even plugged in. I finally then figured out how to get it plugged into my TV. Still wasn't doing anything. And that's because there's a teeny little off mono stereo over here and it arrived off. And the instruction didn't tell me to tell it on, and I didn't even find that for about 15 minutes of me trying to figure out why literally nothing was working. Then I finally got it to work, hallelujah, it was charged, and the only way that I could get it to work through my TV was if it took all of the sound out of my TV and put it into the headphones, which is really frustrating because you couldn't use this while you're watching TV with other people, like my parents. My dad would need it for the TV, but she would need to also be able to watch. So that felt really not user-friendly. And every time you wanted to use it, you would have to go unplug or plug it in out of the back of the TV because anytime it's plugged in at all, it takes all of the sound out of the TV. So I didn't find that to work well. When I finally realized, hey, there's another mode, I was also confused by that because the instructions called it a mode button, but it actually says mic. And it took me forever to figure out that is actually what they were referring to because I thought, why would I put a mic button and there's like a mic in and I didn't understand what that was. Yeah, and so I finally figured that out, got the second mode to test, and it is true that you can use it just as an amplifier, but because it's so close to your body, it was so loud with the actual like external sounds and rustling, and no matter whether it was TV or the amplification method, my ears were full of static that made it sound very blurry. And so, yeah, I could technically hear it better, but it was so loud and disruptive that if you talked on accident, it almost blew out my eardrums, and it just doesn't work. It doesn't work the way I think it's supposed to. I was very frustrated through the setup process. So even after spending all that time doing it, it still didn't work the way that I thought it was going to. And I had really high hopes for this. And I spent a lot of time reading the instruction manual, which was more confusing than it was helpful. I spent a lot of time sorting chords. I tried all of the chords. I tried as many functions as I could find. But in the end, my final review is that the TV function does not work in a way that is useful in real life. And the amount of fuzz that I hear just in the headphones all the time was so disruptive to the sound amplification that it didn't help. And then the actual sound amplification mode was so loud with the personal rustlings of being on your body that it was not useful, I guess. So again, I had high hopes. Sorry it has to be that way, but that was my honest review after testing this product. I don't recommend it, but I think that the company can keep working on it so that it will be better for you in the future.